Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and appreciate being here. And loved Michael's presentation, and he always had great statistics and great insight. We're rather kind of new, but to give you a little introduction, our creative department put together a little introduction video, so if you'd be so kind.
I'm an intellectual, obviously. See this wall? It's my life. I've taken it all and put it in my Copia library. I like to connect with my fans. I mean my friends. I can write notes in the margins of my books and share them on Copia, Facebook, and other popular social networks. Upon opening my books, I can instantly access my notes and view the notes of other Copia users too. Everyone wants me in their book club, which is why I'm in 146 of them, ranging from books gone Hollywood to the Kama Sutra. For experts. Obviously. A real man can concentrate on 3 things at once. That's why I have 3 of myself reading to me while I practice my vinyasa yoga. Back 1,000 times, and now how repulsive. How, you might ask? The Copia reader is not limited to one device. I can read from my laptop, iPad, and cell phone. I can even open multiple books simultaneously on each device. Try doing that math. I just did. Copia is the most intelligent way to buy books online. With competitive prices and simple navigation, I make sure my ever-expanding wealth of knowledge is always up to date. Upon purchasing, I can instantly access my books, start chatting about them, and share my brilliance with the world. Don't be fooled by its genius. Copia is not just for intellectuals like me. It's for everyone. Obviously.
So, since Michael did such a great job on some statistics, and our next speaker will also be presenting some statistical view, we thought we'd take a little bit of a different look. And notice that as people come to these conferences, they're looking for trends and usually bombarded with all kinds of graphs looking to make meaning of. But what I find after doing this for a while is that you have people who are looking for, okay, let me see what worked and let me do more of the same. Whereas what's very, very important to understand, and this is the point that the speaker from Amazon made, is that the world is moving so quickly. And we can't just do what was the old Apple commercial of just, following the next guy off the edge of the cliff. One of the things that gives me a unique perspective here is that I'm glad to see such a wonderful attendance at the digital conference. But going back a few years, I was part of organizing the first digital conference here in London back in, I think it was '99, if Alistair remembers, and a little bit before its time, but it was quite popular then as well. And now it's actually happening and happening much quicker. So what I've seen over the years is the very unique perspective of the rate of change increasing. So what I'd like to put forth, very simply, is a suggestion of what I call the Wayne Gretzky theory of digital publishing, in deference to my fellow Canuck, Michael here, since hockey is the sport in Canada. He famously said that, very similar to your football, except much more dangerous and on ice and all that. He said that I don't skate to where the puck is now, I go to where the puck will be. And very much so, I think our perspective needs to be certainly to take in the data of what's happening now and what people are doing today. But in terms of looking for, we do certainly short-term strategy, but medium-term and long-term, we need to figure out what's coming next and where I should be. Well, that's a great question. Who's got the crystal ball and how will we figure that out? Right? That's the big question. And the answer is really very simple. You have to experiment. Now, will all experiments work? Of course not. You have to try lots and lots of different things. And to once again bring in Alan Kay, and among his great quotes was that if you're not failing at least 90% of the time, you're just not aiming high enough. And that's really the truth. And it works with every company. I mean, even Apple, right? The iPad was a great success, and iPad 2, and it's so terrific. But Apple wasn't always successful with its tablets. And those who remember the Apple tablet that didn't quite make it. Right? So we remember that. So people have to try things that don't make it sometimes. So if you remember, another great technology that has to do with content and storytelling that happened not too long ago, which is the evolution of television. Very much will mirror whatever happened there and in television and films will probably happen, and I see it happening, in printed content, which is, the earliest TV shows were just plunking down a couple of cameras in front of a staged show. And then from there, they started experimenting, saying, well, now I can do, close-ups, and I can move the camera and move in and move out and do voiceovers and flashbacks, and then it evolved to the kind of visual storytelling with special effects and all that we're used to today. We have to go through that very, very same arc as an industry. And we have to come up with all these very, very interesting experiments and all these interesting ways of different kinds of storytelling that's yet to happen. And we're really, really only getting started. And one of the things that is very important is to put yourself in a position where you can do these experiments, where you can afford to try and fail and try different things. And really that's going to evolve it further. Now, one of the things that we do at Copia is as you invent these new forms of storytelling, you also need to get it out to a worldwide marketplace. And that's where we come in. One of the things that we are doing is building a worldwide marketplace, not just for ebooks as they are today, but for all different kinds of content, let's just call it in very, very broad terms. So, and these different forms of storytelling are yet to happen. I don't quite completely agree with Evan that that form is dead. Maybe not be the right form for regular fiction, but wait, the best is yet to come, and people will be inventing it, and the best way to do it is to invent it yourself. So, in that, we'd like to partner with you. So, thank you very much.